are generic malwares, which can be prevented or detected by any traditional endpoint. 9.9% will be considered as a targeted attack, some kind of complex malware, which requires additional technologies, some services to be able to detect those target attacks. And the most dangerous number of malwares will be 0.1%, which is considered as APT, Advanced Persistent Threats, or zero-day attacks, which we call it zero-day attacks. This kind of malwares requires totally different technologies and techniques to be able to detect such kind of malwares. It requires a lot of efforts, forensics investigations, threat hunting, etc., etc. In Kaspersky office, we have more than 40 researchers or global research. Those employees, they are dedicated they dedicate all their time in the dark web, searching, finding vulnerabilities, finding attacks, malwares. They are checking the discussion between the cyber criminals, which segment or which country or which, let's say, sector they are targeting or planning to attack. They will gain this information in a silent mode and share this information with our developer team to enhance our solutions and services again. And here you can see a sample of our major discoveries for the APTs or the advanced persistent threats. So you can see here there is a lot of APTs. These are the samples, not all the discovered APTs or the major attacks discovered by Kaspersky. These are mainly the most known, let's say, the most known APTs discovered by Kaspersky. And we can see that there is a lot of APTs were targeting our GCC territory heavily for the past 3 or 4 years. We are talking about Carbanak. We are talking also about a very major attack called Desert Falcons. We have Stone Drill. We have Shamoon in 2017, 2019, Muddy Water 2018 and 2019. All these APTs were unfortunately targeting GCC and different sectors in GCC. So Kaspersky played a very major role to detect and stop these APTs. And at the same time, Kaspersky, since like 2014 or 2013, we're building our own cybersecurity platform. So as you can see on this slide, Kaspersky has a plenty of services which can help any organization to adapt the, what do you call this, Gartner Adaptive Security Platform, which says it has to be, there should be 4 main points for the adaptive security control, which is detect, protect, prevent, predict, and response. So in Kaspersky, we have different services, as I said, and mainly today we are talking about the threat intelligence services, threat hunting services, and some other solutions or services such as penetration testing or security assessment, as well as a training, which is very, very important. So I will just focus on the most important services in each category. The rest we can have a dedicated, another dedicated training session or webinar, or we can discuss it with your end customer directly. But it's worth to have a look at it for the time being. So I will start with the threat intelligence category. So threat intelligence category, it has the following services, and please pay attention, okay? In Kaspersky Threat Intelligence, we are offering a threat data feeds as a solution. We have additional services such as the intelligence reporting. We are going to talk about it. Also, we have a threat lookup portal, cloud sandbox, phishing attack, and botnet tracking as a service. So let's talk about the APT reporting, or the threat intelligence source, or the threat data feeds. Sorry. A threat data feeds, actually, it's a regular updates or feeds which will be detected by Kaspersky researchers using different methods to collect this information about the current attacks, about the current espionage, about phishing attacks happening worldwide. This information will be collected using different resources, as you can see, like web crawlers, bot farms, spam traps, sensors, which we have worldwide, using some skills from our researcher team or other partners in the same domain, or the OSINT, or the open source intelligence tools. These information will be verified and analyzed within Kaspersky lab, and the result will be shared with the customer in a data feed format, in JSON format. So the customer mainly can get the benefits of this particular solution to get all these accurate information about IP reputation, hash feeds, which is related to the recent APTs or targeted attacks, whether it is targeting Windows, Linux, or Unix, Mac OS, Android, iOS. They can also get the benefits of the latest information about the malicious URLs, phishing URLs, another feed for ransomware URLs, APT, IOC's indicator of compromise feeds, whitelisting feeds, hash feeds for telecom or malwares targeting the mobile phones. These information, or these feed, it will be implemented on the CM solution of the customer. So the CM solution will gain this information, or will download this information from our threat data feeds portal, and it will do the matching between the received events from the other security controls within the network. So what it will do, the CM solution, if it is connected or integrated with, let's say, proxy servers, firewalls, email, DLP, endpoint solution within the network, it will collect these events from these solutions or security controls into the CM solution, and it will match this information or these events with the events received from Kaspersky, or the information received from Kaspersky, to give the security officer an alert about the detection or any matching. Threat data feeds, it can be integrated with any CM solution, such as McAfee, Curador, Splunk, ArcSight, RSA, Logarithm, etc., etc. If the customer doesn't have a CM solution, then it can be implemented directly into their proxy servers, web application, some advanced security controllers. They have it, then it can be integrated into this security solution. Kaspersky Threat Data Feeds also, it can be integrated also with some threat intelligence platform, such as ThreatQ, Threat Connect, or Anomaly. If the customer has already one of these threat intelligence platforms, then he can subscribe to get the data feeds from Kaspersky. It can be also integrated with the data mining tools such as Maltego, and as you can see, it can be implemented directly with Palo Alto network devices on the network level. Another solution, just let me check something. Okay, so another solution, if the customer consider this valuable information, but to be honest, he wants to reduce the load on the CM solution. So, for example, let's talk about the threat data feeds over here. Kaspersky will push these feeds into the CM solution, right? So the CM solution will do parsing of these feeds and do the matching with the received events from the other security controllers, okay? So there will be a load, extra load on the CM solution. But if the customer considered Kaspersky CyberTrace, which is a threat intelligence platform and analysis tool that enables the integration of our threat data feeds with the existing security controllers and solution. What will happen? There will be a dedicated server for Kaspersky CyberTrace, which will download all the threat data feeds from our servers in Kaspersky. It will do the parsing, and it will take the responsibility of matching the events received from the CM solution on our CyberTrace server. So we will minimize the load on the CM solution, but at the same time, the customer will have the artificial intelligence on the network level. So the conclusion of threat data feeds and the CyberTrace is the additional artificial intelligence which can be added into the CM solution to detect the current and the accurate attacks happening worldwide, which means the customer, it's not mandatory to have the attack on-prem of the customer to be able to detect this APT, but we will share this information with the subscribed customer who has these threat data feeds or cybersecurity in advance. So we will give them the IP addresses, the hashes related to this APT in advance, and they will implement this these feeds into the CM solution or using the integration between the CyberTrace platform and their existing CM solution to block and prevent these dangerous information in case the wave of this attack reach to the customer organization. The second service called threat intelligence reporting. Threat intelligence reporting, it is one of the very important service we are offering to our existing customers. So APT reporting means we will provide a report about the current attacks or the attacks which is under monitoring by Kaspersky. So Kaspersky, our research team, they are monitoring different attacks worldwide, and these information which we will collect from those APTs will not be shared with customers or any customer. At the same time, Kaspersky or even other security vendors like Kaspersky, they want to create the related signature updates for those APTs unless we in Kaspersky discovered all the actors of this APT. Otherwise, if we will start releasing the signature updates for Kaspersky endpoint security or any other solutions, and these signature updates mainly to block or delete the related malwares for this particular APT, the cyber criminals will stop their attack, and the rest of the information will be invisible for us. So we will keep this information in a private, let's say, database, and we will share all this information with the customers who subscribed for the threat intelligence reporting in a PDF format. So basically, this service will provide the customer with a dedicated and very detailed report about this specific target attack or the specific APT. The report will be received in a PDF format. It has different sections. So it has the executive summary, which can be addressed only the top management level. The rest of the report definitely will be shared with the security officers. They will gain a lot of technical analysis and a lot of information about these reports, such as attack methods, exploit use, malware description, command and control infrastructure and protocol descriptions, who are the possible victims, data exfiltration analysis, attribution of this attack. Yeah, like it has all the information. There is very important part in the APT reporting or the intelligence reporting is to have the technical and tactics of and procedure of this attack. So if you want to subscribe, or if your customer want to subscribe with any threat intelligence portal, then he has to ask if this service will provide them with the TTP, technical and tactical practice of this APT. So all this information will be available on the report. This specific report will give the customer also the ability to download additional information other than the PDF file. They can download something called indicator of compromise, which is the IOCs related for this specific APT, and they can download also the YARA rules. YARA is an open source anti-malware, which requires the cybersecurity or the the security officers or the malware analysis, the analysts to write the rules to block or to detect certain malwares. So Kaspersky will provide the pre-configured rules or pre-written rules for YARA engine, so the customer can download all these information or these rules and implement them into their YARA engine in case they have it. Just for your information, and I don't know if you attend the previous webinar with Redington last week or last 2 weeks, we had a webinar about our solutions, CATA and EDR. And I said during the presentation that YARA engine is part of our CATA and EDR rules engines. But the YARA, it comes empty, so the customer has to feed the engine of YARA with his own rules. So either they can purchase it from a third-party security vendor, or they can download these YARA rules from Kaspersky. So they can subscribe with the APT report. They can gain all these information along with the IOCs and the YARA rules, which will be or which can be implemented into our CATA and EDR solution. So for the threat intelligence reporting, we are offering the APT report, which is a report about all APTs discovered or still under discovering by Kaspersky. Another service dedicated for the financial institutes or the financial sector. Mainly, these reports will talk about specific APTs or targeted attacks targeting the financial sector. We will provide all the related information